The Dominator is live.
And it's draft night.
Draft night. This is a very, very exciting. I'm fired up.
I am too. Got my beer. It's draft night. It's like religion for me, right? I go and grab a beer. I grab my snacks. Got my cheat sheet. I got the player profiler FFPC rankings exclusive this year to our site that we're doing. We're rocking and rolling. We're using the rankings right now live inside the Dominator, drafting at FFPC. Gotta love it.
Our rankings have tight end premium specific to the FFPC. We have that format. We have best ball format. We have seasonal format. We have dynasty. We have rookie. We have offensive line. We have cornerbacks. Like every few months, we roll out a new rankings format. So I challenge anyone to have more types of rankings than we do, especially at this time of year, right? Beginning of the spring.
We had them up in like the first week of March. It was impressive.
Yeah, first week of March. We had most of these up. It was exciting. I mean, there was a time when we didn't roll some of these rankings out until like June. So you're here and Dario, you guys are just like, hey, we need to be more aggressive with our timeline, getting this stuff out. Because you guys just love doing it. That's what I love about it. It's like you guys just love doing it. You want to sit down. Like Dario's like, when can we get together and talk about this? When can we get together and talk about that? Because we're doing a win now rebuild mode for our dynasty rankings. Dario just wants to talk about that. He's like, when do we do it? I can't wait to get this mode rolled out for the dynasty rankings. So I'm excited. And now we're live drafting with our partners, the FFPC. We filled up a best ball draft of listeners.
Oh, we're on the clock. Hold up.
We're on the clock. Bill,
we have
show the draft room.
So I just shared the link to the draft room inside the chat so they can see our pretty faces the whole time. But we have on the clock right now, first quarterback off the board was Jalen Hurts. We are in the 6th hole. We have CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown fell to us all the way in the middle of the second round. I'm leaning Chris Olave right now. I don't necessarily think we need to go Josh Allen or Mahomes here, but there's also Ramondre Stevenson and Travis Etienne. I'm leaning Olave right now, but Stevenson is also in consideration. Which way do you want to go?
We have Olave available at the 306.
Yeah, I pretty much have to change my shorts right now. I mean,
that's insane.
Okay,
that's not supposed to be possible. I appreciate the Bond King and the pick before us letting us have Olave. So we're starting robust receiver.
Yeah, we're going zero running back right now. So far is the mold.
Well, I prefer robust receiver.
Okay,
right. I prefer to the positive side of the ledger, right? Not the negative side of the ledger. I want the positive side. I want to emphasize the positive. The glass is half full, and it's totally full right now of receivers. We went Lamb to kick it off. Lamb could be the wide receiver one this year. I mean, this is just perfect, right? We love Brandon Cooks going to Dallas. He's not going to command 150 targets. Right. He's had years where he wasn't the best receiver on the field, like that year in Los Angeles. That was a career low year for him in terms of fantasy production and yardage and overall statistics, but the team thrived. Right. So that's what you want. Brandon Cooks in his late 20s, going to Dallas, stretching the field, just making yet more room for CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb's no longer having to compete with Dalton Schultz for intermediate targets. So everything is lining up. Like he's going into his 3rd year. Everything's just clicking, click. It just perfectly into place for CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I love Lamb this year. This was actually one of our debates on Dario and I. We launched Man vs. Machine this week. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch that, please, on YouTube. There's also in the community section on YouTube, there is a poll to vote who won the debate. Was it the man, yours truly, or was it the machine, Dario? But Lamb versus Devontae Adams.
Oh, have you checked the results?
Yeah, I'm smashing him right now.
You're smashing Dario? Poor Dario, man. I got to call him.
And he tried to stop the count live on air because it was 3-2 on air. And so I posted the poll inside the community section on YouTube. If you go to the video, it's inside the playlist Man vs. Machine over the Player Profiler YouTube channel. There's right below the show description is a link to the community post. I checked earlier, it was 65-35, 65%. And there was like almost 40 votes in there. The man won episode 1. So Dario and I have also, we'll talk about this in a minute, but we both have Drake London selected as my guys. I'm going to propose to Dario Best out of 3. Whoever wins, man versus machine, gets to keep Drake London as their guy.
There's too many my guys right now. We rolled out this my guy feature, and we have so many writers, and everyone's enthusiastic about this. It's a great thing, right? It's a great problem to have. But I think we need to limit my guys to 3.
Yeah,
I think we do. I think 5 is too many. Everybody has a my guy. Every guy is tied to some analyst. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like the top 100 is my guys.
It's like, what is this? Anand's my guy is like Jackson Smith and Jigba and Jamar Chase. Like, what are you doing? Right? It's my guys are like Ashton Doolin and Kenneth Gainwell. You got to scroll way down to find my face. Everyone else is hogging all the top guys. I'm like, first of all, not allowed to have a top 10 my guy. And then we're going to go down to 3. I'm implementing a whole bunch of new rules, right? Our analysts are already gaming the system with these my guys. I love it, though. We all have our bios up. You can go to the bottom player profile, click on the staff profiles. You can see everybody's bio, their article history, their highlight video, their 5 favorite players, or their my guys. Like one of my guys is like, we all know Ashton Doolin. So we started.
Who?
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, right. You'll find out this year, dude. Don't worry. Don't worry. No more Parris Campbell.
Ashton who?
No more Alec Pierce. They brought back, extended Ashton Doolin. He was a dominant college producer at a small school, athletic, and he just makes plays whenever he's called upon in preseason, training camp, and then once in a while when he finally gets snaps at the NFL level, he's also made plays at the NFL level.
I hate to break your heart, but they brought in Isaiah McKenzie. So
well, that's heartbreaking. Yes,
right.
My heart broken.
We're on the clock.
We're on the clock. Okay, we can't go wide receiver again. Are we going to go quarterback? Are we going to just we just going to?
I like Lamar here.
We're going to stack. What about Lamar?
Yeah, so we could go Lamar, or we could actually take another receiver here and get Dak on the way back, because even later, Dak goes later.
And we're just leaning into 0 running back, right?
And we could lean into 0 running back. So we could go Drake London, one of my guys here, or we could take.
Well, one of my guys is DJ Moore.
Even in Chicago, he moved way down my rankings. He moved to wide receiver 30 in my rankings after the move.
Chris Godwin also.
I'm fine with Godwin's. Did I miss Godwin?
I mean, Godwin's here. I love Godwin.
Let's take Godwin. I'm fine with Godwin.
I'm surprised Godwin his ADP is 59. I don't feel like this is a reach at all. I know that there's all this quarterback uncertainty, but
all right,
Chris Godwin.
I'm fine with Godwin here. Godwin there. So Mari's been dropping a little bit after the trade with Elijah Moore. He hasn't dropped significantly, but his ADP is moving. I'm fine taking Godwin a little earlier there. I like London there as well. All of them in that same tier for me. The other person I was considering was Lamar Jackson. We could have taken just kind of an elite rushing quarterback, but I'm starting to be a little concerned with holdout. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is a possibility. And in best ball, we don't want to see that.
What about tight end? What about Darren Waller next?
I do like Waller. I like Waller a lot now that he's
a lot.
Yeah. That was another debate. Okay. That was another debate on Man vs. Machine. Darren Waller or Evan Ingram?
Darren Waller.
Thank you. Thank you, Dario. Take notes, Dario.
Why is Dario? Dario's into what?
He said Evan Ingram. He said if you put a mic in his face on the street 9 out of 10 times, he's taking Evan Ingram over Waller. I told him you have to understand, man. It's the target share that's going to be available inside this Giants offense.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, with Ridley being added to that offense, I mean, how could you?
Yeah, Ridley, and I hate to say the cliche mouths to feed, but it's true, right? You have Ridley, you still have Christian Kirk, you have Travis Etienne, who's a
Zay Jones,
Evan Ingram. I mean, he could be the 3rd, 4th, 5th target on a week-to-week basis. It could be a rotation.
Wait, has Evan Ingram ever had a season like Darren Waller did a couple seasons ago? Like a top three tight end season, like a dominant season.
Last year was pretty dominant. I think he had a great. I don't know if it was top 3.
No. His rookie year wasn't Evan Ingram's rookie year by far and away his best season.
Yeah, it was number 4 in points per game. He had 115 targets, 64 receptions.
Yeah, that wasn't a Darren Waller level ceiling outcome.
No, and it was touchdown dependent. It's 6 touchdowns that year. But he finished 4th, 7th, and then 18th, 23rd, and he finished 7th again last year.
Okay. Tight end 7 is not giving you any leverage.
No, and then inside the FFPC rankings that we have over at Player Profiler, that I did with Dario, Waller right now is tied in 7. Evan Ingram is tied in 8. I actually do have Freiermuth ahead of
Waller is moving too. His ADP is on the move.
It is on the move. Here's an interesting one for you because I have these pretty close in my rankings right now. Darren Waller or Pat Freiermuth?
I would take. Well, first of all, I take Freiermuth over Evan Ingram.
Me too. I would. Too.
Sorry, Dario. Absolutely. Not sorry.
Yeah. There we go, Dario. Dude, I think he just voted for the man, is what that sounds like.
But as much as I like Parris Campbell, didn't he sign for like $1.5 million?
I don't have the contract.
Isn't there like no money allocated to any receiver other than Darren Waller in New York right now? Darren Waller, and
Isaiah Hodgins,
Barkley. No, but there's no money allocated to these guys.
Not a lot, correct?
Yeah, there's no money.
They re-signed Sterling Shepard. They got Slayton back. Yeah, back-to-back career-ending injuries.
Well, there's just, you have like a stretch Z gadget guy in Parris Campbell, right? Just he can only do like jet sweeps and vertical routes. And you've got proper slot receivers, that may never play again. I mean, Sterling Shepard, his whole lower body is just completely broken in half.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Have you seen his view of the injuries on side of the site? If you scroll down to the injury section,
yeah, you click on the injury section. It's
like a Christmas tree.
It's I would say comical, but I respect these guys. They're putting especially anytime you have concussions, they're really putting their health at risk for our entertainment. So it's not funny, but you look at those injuries and it's like, it's funny to think about drafting that guy in fantasy, because we found with our research for the injury finder that previous injuries do increase the likelihood of future injuries. And it's true. If you keep tearing your Achilles and you keep straining your quad and you keep ripping your hamstring apart, it doesn't heal back to the same level of strength. There's scar tissue in there. And so basically Sterling Shepard is running on scar tissue. That's what his legs have become. Did we get sniped?
We did get we got double sniped. I had Waller and Mike Williams in the queue. That's what we get for talking about it. All right, so your guy is in there. We could go DJ Moore.
That would be like 5 receivers in a row.
It would be 5 receivers in a row. There's Aaron Jones, who I'd probably lean right now because we do need a running back.
I just think we got to get a running back. Aaron Jones or Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, Dalvin has me a little concerned this year. I think Aaron Jones, I have him ranked ahead of Dalvin Cook. It's only about 3 spots. Looking at the rankings right now on the site, if you go to running backs, I have Aaron Jones at 13. I have Dalvin Cook at 16.
Aaron Jones is more explosive talent, technically a little bit more versatile even.
They're probably going
to be the focal point of that offense. Go ahead and grab Aaron Jones.
Okay, I like it too.
Let's grab Aaron Jones. And then we can't forget about quarterback. We can't forget about Dak. When are we going to get Dak?
We'll see on the way back what happens. I mean, someone might take him on the way back, but the beauty about the right side is 4 out of those 6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 of the 6 already have a quarterback. So there's now 5 of the 6 have a quarterback.
Yeah,
so
this is best ball. So we're not worried about one quarterback, we can push it. No, we got to get at least 2 quarterbacks. So we got to get one.
Yeah, so I definitely agree. We definitely, if possible, take Dak on the way back. Sometimes in best ball, people double dip early, so we will hope for the best. But we do have outs if someone does take him. Like we have, we can stack with Goff with Amon-Ra St. Brown. We could do a later stack with Derek Carr and Olave. We could take a Jordan Love / combo with Aaron Jones, although the Aaron Rodgers news is not official still not official.
So that is interesting. Isn't it interesting it's not official yet?
They want too much, apparently. And even the Jets won't overpay, apparently. If that means, they're asking way too much. If the Jets
Kirk went ahead. Ridley went ahead of Kirk just now.
Yeah, I have it backwards in my rankings. What do you think about that? Dave Richards was higher on Ridley than on Kirk, but Ridley hasn't played football in a year and a half.
He hasn't played football.
He's 28.
Kirk was great last year, and Kirk, you saw how much receivers were commanding in free agency this year. Nothing. Right? Kirk got a monster contract, and then he delivered in a monster way, and he's in his super prime, and now he has rapport with Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
You're really taking what's in the box instead of taking the money in your pocket if you don't go Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of question marks with Ridley.
You think he's got 133 targets? You're going to look at Kirk and go, "Yeah, I'll take what's in the box." The 133 targets was 1,100 yards, 8 TDs, because he's also great after the catch. Kirk is great after the catch, and he commands air yards. So his air yard share was 28.4, not exceptional, but that's top 32, right? There's 32 primary receivers, number one receivers across 32 teams. So he's at least in that echelon. And then he was top 15 in yards after the catch.
I have Kirk right now projected for a 22.5% target share, 133.7 targets. Ridley, I have at 20.5% target share, 121.8 targets. We just talked about Ridley missing
the floor could completely fall out of the Ridley's projection.
Ridley's 28. He's in climbing. He's 28.2 right now.
There's a lot to be said for football shape.
Exactly.
Being in football shape. It's been a long time, man. And he's been away from football. It's not just the games, it's all the practices. It's being in the gym with these guys. It's getting your body back. I don't know. Maybe he can get his body all the way back, build the rapport, microwave the rapport. Why would you bet on that when you have the bird in hand in Christian Kirk?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I still think Christian Kirk's the number one there. I think Ridley is going to be a great number two, and we're going to see something similar to early Atlanta Falcon days when it was Julio and him as the number two. And I'm not saying that Christian Kirk is Julio Jones, but I'm just saying that we're going to see that 1 and 2 chemistry between the two of them. Dak Prescott made it back. I'm going to go ahead and select Dak Prescott here. And then I want to show all of the listeners.
Yeah, let's show the board.
No, I don't want to show the board first. I want to show what Epson did for you inside your house. Like, they came and they installed that huge projector TV. It's amazing. And so I definitely want to show them that. So stay tuned, everybody. We're going to show you real quick what Epson did for Matt. That thing is freaking sweet.
Let's play the outro.
Oh man, I missed the outro button.
Do it again.
I like the outro button. Let's do it again.
We have all these bumper sound, all these new sound effects around any ads we do.
I got so excited about the TV, I forgot to click the button.
It's okay. I didn't know because I hit the TV ad, you hit the drums. I didn't know if it was my responsibility to do the sword. I didn't know.
It's two swords we're dueling. It's the Dominator.
We got Dak. I put the board up, buddy. Put the board up.
Let's go ahead and get this.
I want to see this board. I want to see where we're at.
Share the screen. Everyone has, because this is going to be pretty tiny. All right. So everybody has the link inside the chat. So feel free to go ahead and take a look at that. But let's go ahead. Let's just do this. Boom. And let's get rid of the overlay so people can actually see this thing. All right.
Go. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's nice and zoomed in.
Yeah, I can zoom in even more.
You can see your folders up there, though. Real estate, recipes. You got to hide your folders when you're screen sharing.
That's STR short. That's a short-term rental maps. That's for real estate.
That's brilliant. All right, look at this. Okay, here we go. We've got CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra. Oh, I forgot we got Amon-Ra, man. We were like getting everything together to start the show, and we drafted Amon-Ra, and then we have Olave. Oh my God, look at this.
This team's coming together.
I'm very happy. Robust wide receiver.
That's right. Power of positive thinking here.
Dude, Aaron Jones, a perennial first-round pick in fantasy and top 10 running back in fantasy.
RB17 off the board in this draft.
And we got him late, dude. Just because, what's gonna happen?
That's where he's been going. I think either way, once there's more clarity, he's only gonna go up. Like, I don't see a scenario in which his ADP drops much more than around 5.5/6 turn. Like, I don't see any other way, honestly.
Who do you have ranked higher, Dobbins or Aaron Jones?
I have Aaron Jones slightly higher than Dobbins.
I would think so, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is the one catching the passes. It's a PPR league.
Dobbins is 19.
It's a PPR league. You have Aaron Jones ahead of Dobbins, ahead of Pierce, right?
I have him ahead of Najee right now, too. And
and the conversation is like Swift or Jones. That's the conversation, right?
Yep. And Najee went like an entire round and a half earlier.
Montgomery would have been nice there, too.
On the way back, yeah, not at RB17. I like
no, not up where we took Aaron Jones, but like in round 6, or if we could have got him in the 7th round, we just got sniped on him.
All right, we are on deck.
Are we going tight end here? Or are we going back to running back? What are we doing?
I don't want to say exactly what I want to do right now because Bond King's going to snipe us. He's listening to everything we're saying, but there is a running back on the board I like. There's a receiver on the board I like. We can go a couple different ways here, but let's wait for Bond King to pick. He's listening to the show. Probably he's trying to snipe us. He already sniped us. He already sniped us on one name. I want to give it a minute, 30 seconds. But I
have a running back I like.
Throw him in the queue. Yeah,
I have a receiver I like too. Oh my God, there's a receiver I really like.
Yeah, I just threw both a receiver, a tight end, and a running back. He took the tight end. Of course he did. Okay.
Did he take Freiermuth?
He did take Freiermuth. Oh. That's fine. There's some later options still. I like Diontae Johnson here. You said a running back. Which running back do you like?
I like Rashaad White.
I like Rashaad White too.
Rashaad White has just got all green lights blaring. There's no touch competition so far.
Yeah, they're probably not
signing anybody. I don't think they will bring anyone that's going to be a legitimate threat to him. Although Diontae Johnson in the 7th round is so good.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning Diontae Johnson.
You can't do this. You can't let the guy that was number 2 in targets in the NFL 2 years ago and had the most unlucky season with no touchdowns last year make it past you in the middle of the 7th round. Hit Diontae Johnson, baby.
Yeah, I did. I was thinking about just doing it regardless of what our conversation was going to
go. What if Pickens was there?
Diontae Johnson.
Thank you.
It's not even close for me.
You and Dario weren't debating that, were you?
No.
Dario strikes me as a Diontae Johnson guy.
No, I love Diontae Johnson. I've been talking about him, this offseason, saying if he just had like a measly 4 touchdowns last year, he's probably going inside the top 20 again, the wide receiver position. But because he had such horrible variance and he had 0 touchdowns last year, he's dropping down draft boards. But wide receiver 37 after George Pickens, come on. That's just disrespectful.
I can't believe that because of where DeAndre Swift and Aaron Jones are going, and fuck it, you could even say David Montgomery, that you can go hero RB by drafting a running back in the 5th or 6th round. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's Aaron Jones has been a hero for hero RB drafters for years. And there's nobody left in Green Bay. It's Aaron Jones catching passes and Christian Watson.
Yeah, back to Diontae Johnson though. So I understand the offense isn't great, and we have incompetencies at the quarterback position, but still, they had a lot of pass attempts last year. And I expect that to continue here in 2023. I do expect them to become more efficient. Inside the projections, like I'm going to pull up the projections right now. I'm going to go over to the AFC North, and let's take a look at what I have for the pass catchers. So Diontae Johnson at 24% target share, 144 targets. George Pickens, 19.5% target share at 116 targets. And then touchdowns, I have them both pretty close, 5.2 versus 4.8. But I have Diontae Johnson ahead of George Pickens in the rankings at Player Profiler right now.
Kadarius Toney. Are you kidding me? Kadarius Toney? Oh man, the pure projection on a top offense with a bad player. That has been the sucker move of all of fantasy football year over year, perpetually. Take the bad receiver in the great offense who's getting a target increase or projected target volume spike or stepping into a target vacuum, however you want to think about it. That is the recipe to overdraft a receiver right there.
I think that's even like above the ceiling for Toney because he's going to play like 3 games, right? He's Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's the other problem. He's got a knucklehead factor. I mean, there's so many things. He's already been traded by a team that had no receivers and was like, we don't have anybody, but we don't want him. It's crazy. It's just wild. Like the stats, the prospect profile was underwhelming. He was underwhelming at the Senior Bowl. Like you can go every step of all the way back. He didn't even play receiver for most of his college career. It's not happening, guys. Come on.
He plays patient now and plays doctor with the team. He just sits down and gets tended to every game.
What is the deal with Joe Mixon?
It's a lot of uncertainty. They're saying that he might be a cut candidate. Dude, Avalanche. Look at Avalanche. Look at the green. It's Christmas board there. Is that 6 running backs? It's 6 running backs in 8 rounds.
This is a money league.
It's $125.
We did real money league here to take it seriously, and yet we have someone not taking it seriously.
Oh my God, Zach, that early. Wow. Holy crap.
Charbonnet goes.
Yeah.
Wait, Charbonnet before Rashaad White. So we've talked about Rashaad White. We might get him anyway.
Don't jinx it, Matt. Don't do it.
If people want to play that game with us and they want to try to snipe us, that's fine. Go ahead. Although the next 2 people in the queue before us, they only have 2 running backs apiece. I believe there's just us and team 2 and team 3 and team 9 that only have 1 running back.
Yep.
So we have currently the weakest running back room on the board. Yeah. Because
that's debatable. No, I think number 2 has the weakest.
Oh, excuse me. You're right. I saw Kenneth Walker, and I didn't see David Montgomery. Yeah. So team 2 has a good team.
All right. We're up next. Real quick. Kenneth Walker in the 2nd or Aaron Jones in the 5th?
I like Aaron Jones in the 5th.
Me too. I have him pretty close in the rankings.
Kenneth Walker.
Hey, he made it back.
Round. We got him.
Back.
We got him, baby. We got him. Oh, that's big.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Bell cow? We get an all-purpose bell cow in the 8th round?
Let's go.
Oh
my God.
That's amazing. This guy's wired the right way. He's a dog. Oh my God. This is brilliant. He's super skilled, size, athletic, dog mentality.
Love it.
I mean, their offensive line's going to be healthier.
Yeah.
Their offensive line's not terrible. It was just ravaged by injuries last year.
It was. All right. I threw a few more names in the queue. We have to start looking at those positions in there, both of those positions. We also have to consider another quarterback sometime in the near future. We don't need to reach for one because we have one to hang our hat on, and we can, get 2 or 3 of them in the draft and still be able to have output. We have Dak as our number 1. We can get someone late in the draft as well. We could stack with Chris Godwin. We could stack with Olave late. So there's a lot of options at quarterback for us still based upon our build. Right now we have.
Are you panicking at tight end yet?
No, I'm not panicking. I am, me, I'm comfortable pushing tight end and quarterback.
Right.
Every year I can usually find value at the tight end position. I'm pretty comfortable at the tight end position right now. It is March though. And every year I convince myself of this. And then every year comes August, I ask myself, why did I have 20 ranked so comfortably, right? And we get down to like 12 or 13 that we're comfortable with. So I don't think that we're going to see a super deep year at tight end, but I am comfortable with the position again this year to push it. Don't get me wrong. I like
mean,
to take a top tier one.
That was a wacky answer you just gave.
It was a wacky answer, but it's real. It's like, of course, I want to lock in a Kelsey and Andrews and a Hawkinson, but if I don't get those guys and I don't get a Darren Waller next or a Pat Freiermuth in the 7th, then I'm fine pushing the position. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, at this point though, in best ball, we also know, like, we're acknowledging we don't have a tight end yet. It's 8 rounds in. We're gonna have to draft 3 anyway.
We might have to go 4, honestly.
We have to go 4. So this is a tight end premium league. So we just might have to mix and match and go 4, because the nice thing about the FFPC is that it's a little deeper. So we could actually get another quarterback, which would set us up to just stick with 2 quarterbacks and then go 4 tight ends.
Yep, I like that as well.
That would make sense given how deep these rosters are. How many players do these teams draft?
It's 20 rounds.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 rounds. But there's some really good sleeper tight ends, and I don't want to go through the entire list, but there's upside to be had with Kate Otten. There's upside to be had with Jelani Woods. There's upside to be had with Isaiah Likely. These aren't necessarily people that you want to rely on week to week, but if you're drafting 4 of them, the chances of you hitting on one of these are going to increase. And then, if injury happens to someone like Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely is a freak athlete. He's going to step into that role and immediately become a massive contributor to a team like this. So we are trying to win a prize up top, right? $25,000 up top is the top prize. And so you want to create a unique roster, but you also want to create something where you're going to hit lightning in a bottle as well to finish number 1. So that may take an injury in order for that to happen.
We might just have one of the most incredible wide receiver rooms, because our favorite player, top of our queue, is currently available.
Yeah.
He is falling in this draft. He's officially a massive value.
Well, did you see the news on it? That's why they said that they were still moving through progressions of that injury still. That's not reassuring in my.
So Rashad Bateman is not 100% healthy yet?
Correct. Yeah.
What?
It's a little alarming.
Oh no. That news broke?
Yeah, I think I don't remember the exact day. My days are kind of blurred working overnight the past couple days.
No.
But I remember reading a blurb on him about the injury, and he's progressing. Don't get me wrong, but progressing isn't, hey, he's ready to rock and roll, right? Like I would expect him to be at this point after the injury, or at least near that point, right? And he's there. You go, Bateman. He took him anyway. So let's go Chigo here. I love Chigo.
Oh, hold on. Just because I've got Theo in my ear, okay, and he's telling me Tyler Algier's available. If Tyler Algier can somehow make it through this draft without a Kendre Miller landing in Atlanta, getting him here would be an incredible value. We are still in need of running back. Yeah. But I think Chig is a great value here. In tight end premium, he really shouldn't make it to the 9th round. Neither should Dulcich, for that matter.
Yeah, honestly, both of them should go in the 8th round, in my opinion. I'd lean Chigo here. Algier, I think, will be his values and be crushed by the draft. He's a 5th round draft pick. They have no draft capital tied to him.
Push the button on Chig.
Let's do it. I like
Chig. Him.
Dulcich and Chig.
We potentially have our stud tight end. Didn't you have JJ Zachariason on the First Class Fantasy Show? And wasn't he talking about how Chig checks a lot of boxes for breakout tight ends?
Yeah, there was only, I think he listed off like 3 tight end names in history to achieve what Chig did. And I think the other name was like George Kittle, of course, like 4 times. But
yeah,
Chig,
yards after the catch per target, yards per route run, target rate, targets per route run. He's just Chig's the man.
This team is fucking sexy, dude.
Chig is athletic too. Jesus, that's why he comps to Kittle, because he's a size speed specimen as well. Look at how this team is coming together.
That's what I just said. It's sexy, dude.
Wait, we can't show our faces on the screen?
We can do this.
There you go.
All right. It's just a little. Yeah, we can do something in the bag.
Can you scroll to the side so people can see the whole board?
No.
Minimum, or maybe reduce the size a little bit, because only
then the names get small.
Only the
We can do that.
It's cutting
Let's
off.
do that.
Yeah, here we go. Perfect.
That's a little better.
It's cutting off the first team, but now it's looking great.
We can zoom in too. We can get the names a little bigger. That's too big. That's what she said.
This is our first. This is our first mock draft of the season. We're adjusting, especially for all the people listening to the podcast. We're adjusting the size of the screen share for YouTube, but we will as we go. We will tell you what's happening.
We'll dial it in.
Just to summarize our team from the sixth hole: CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin. So we started 4X wide receiver. Then Aaron Jones with our hero RB, Dak Prescott, our stack / just, NFL MVP, Dak Prescott in 2023. Diontae Johnson, the best value wide receiver. Rashaad White, the best value running back. And Chig Okonkwo, the best breakout tight end target in the later rounds, especially in tight end premium, but in any format, really. Greg Dulcich is there too, but Greg Dulcich still has Albert Kuigbunam as a new coaching staff. And if I'm a coaching staff, I want to give Alberto every opportunity to win that job, given he's 260 with a 100th percentile speed score, and all he does is make plays when he's on the field. I know Dulcich looked great as a rookie. That's hard to do. Congratulations. He certainly has like a Pat Freiermuth in his range of outcomes for sure. But if I were drafting a tight end, I think I'd go Chig over Dulcich. What about you?
I have Dulcich one spot higher in my rankings. I like the amount of volume that we're going to see inside Denver over what we're going to see inside Tennessee. Tennessee just doesn't throw the ball enough. If Tennessee were to increase their pass volume attempts, I would 100% take Chig over Dulcich. But I think we're going to see a lot more efficiency out of the Denver offense with Peyton there. They have Lombardi there now, and Lombardi likes to throw a lot of those underneath routes. So I think that's going to benefit Greg Dulcich. And you look at now with the Hamler injury, now they're down another, target, or another person that's going to take targets away. So I think Dulcich is going to be climbing up boards here shortly.
Chig has more upside regardless. It's just him and Burks.
I do like Chig.
And it's what, Tannehill? They're running it back with Tannehill, right?
Yep. And then the what's his name from last year, the rookie?
Malik Willis?
Yeah, he's a running back in my opinion.
But I know, but that's all they have?
That's it.
Have they not signed anyone at all?
No, that's it. That's it in the quarterback room.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
They didn't make any moves.
No. I don't count, like, I haven't looked at all the hold up. We're on the clock.
Shocked by that. I mean,
AJ, on the clock. AJ Dillon made it back. Kenneth Gainwell's there. I probably lean Dillon, even though we already have Jones. We can guarantee ourselves the touchdown in the red zone if they go either way. I usually don't like stack cuffing like that, but
oh yeah, we're sort of betting against ourselves there. What about Kenneth Gainwell?
I was gonna say Gainwell's the other one I have in the queue, so I'm fine Gainwell as well.
Gainwell is one of my guys. I say we go Gainwell, or we can wait and get like a Rashaad Johnson or one of these rookie running backs, Tajay Spears. We can get those guys later.
There's still some more running backs in there. We could go another quarterback and take Russell Wilson. I know we don't have a stack or anything, but it would at least another quarterback we could be done at 2. 15 seconds.
I think Russell Wilson's the last quarterback that's going to allow us to feel like we can be confident sticking with 2 quarterbacks.
I think so too.
I think you got to go Russ.
All right, let's do it. I like Russell here. I know we don't have a stack, but it makes sense for the team. Plus, we get to snipe team 3, which I just feel good about.
Well, we can stack though.
Oh, we
can,
right.
Billy. We can stack.
You're right. We can. Yes.
We can always draft Tim Patrick.
Yeah, we could always go Albert OK late too.
Oh my God, one of our 4 could be Albert O.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a lot of different ways we could do this.
Oh God, yes. Oh, that's got to be it. Oh, Quentin Johnston. That's a great pick. Isn't Quentin Johnston here a great pick? Because if he is at all polished, you have to love that pick.
If at all.
If he is at all polished. I don't know for sure what's going to happen to him, right? I mean, Rashad Penny and Kevin White were both drafted in the first round in the same draft. And I was like, well, one of them's got to end up figuring out how to run routes. No, not possible.
All right, let's see where we're standing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers: Lamb, St. Brown, Olave, Godwin, Diontae Johnson for all the audio listeners. Running backs, we have 2. We have Aaron Jones and Rashaad White. Quarterback, we're done. We have 2. We have Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. We have 1 tight end. We're going to need to address this position pretty heavily in the near future. We're going to need to start looking at running back more, looking at tight end more, and then we'll finish off the draft with some more yellow stickers towards the end.
I think we can pretty much write it down that we're going running back in the next round.
Yeah, got a hair. There we go. I have running back, or there's
Kenneth
a
Gainwell is still available.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it back, but Gainwell's still there. There's a couple other running backs that I still like in this area as well.
You know who likes Alexander Madison is John Paulson.
I like Madison this year as well.
I respect John Paulson. I mean, if we're fading Dalvin, if you're like, no, Dalvin, he scares me. We got to go Aaron Jones. Okay, fine, Billy. Well, then what about Madison?
Yeah, I like Madison as well.
I think it's a little early for Juwan Johnson. I just saw Juwan Johnson go.
He's been climbing, but I think that's early. Yeah, I don't like him that early.
I mean, tight end premium or not. My God.
It's part of like the reason why I'm happy that we got these tight end premium rankings on the site. I had someone reach out and say TJ Hawkinson in round 2. It's like we have to understand the importance of the tight end position when we're in a tight end premium league, right? And the value that they present to your team, especially ones that could potentially be the number 1 or the number 2 in target share on their team. And I think that when you see a board for the first time in tight end premium, it's a little eye-opening for a lot of people because they're not used to seeing that many tight ends go that early.
Todd from PA just went Gainwell.
I knew he would.
He knows, man. He's from Pennsylvania. He knows. He's from Pennsylvania, dude. He's seen Nick Sirianni walking around with that Kenneth Gainwell t-shirt. He knows. He knows.
All right, there's 3 names in here that I really like, and we're 3 picks away, so we're guaranteed one of them.
Yeah, so I'm putting 1 in the queue, 2 in the queue. I like the first 2 we have in the queue.
Yep, I do too.
The third one, don't forget, we need to go in hard and at least take 2 dart throws on rookie running backs. I want to make sure we do that. That's one of the important things. I mean, when you're dealing with a co-owner, in this case, they have certain sensibilities. You can get an incredible, just a mountain of upside.
You can
by hitting on a day 2 running back that ends up this is a starter for like 12 weeks.
Look at Tyler Algier last year. Look how late he was going.
Huge.
Oh, Madison went. I told you he's listening.
The Bond King. Yeah, the Bond King is listening in. That's for sure.
Freaking sniper.
I don't care. I like the guy we're about to pick.
Okay. You want Gibby?
Oh, Antonio Gibson.
Love that.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yep, I like it here.
He's in his prime. I mean, he's like 25 years old. He's had 2 10-touchdown seasons. He's their best receiver. There's no J.D. McKissick. Remember the arguments? Oh, J.D. McKissick. Well, J.D. McKissick's like his career's over.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I remember when I was doing projections with Dario, and it was like January. I put the note in there, and I said, may not ever play again, neck injury. See Chris Carson, see Wilson from Giants. And then like a month and a half later, it was announced that he was cut and career's in jeopardy. It's unfortunate.
Wilson, wow.
David Wilson, that was who it was. Yep.
David Wilson. Wow, great pull. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that I like. Even running back. Oh God, look at these rookie running backs. There's a bunch of rookie running backs I like.
Higbee was the other one I was considering there. You look at, I know he's not the sexiest pick, but there might be some really, really reduced distribution of targets in this offense. Allen Robinson might be gone, right? Kupp's coming back. Higbee might be the clear cut number 2 in this offense.
Well, can I put a tight end in the queue that I like?
Yeah, do it. Throw him in there.
I'll put a couple in there that I like.
Okay, I like the one you added. I threw another one in there too.
So looking at ADP, it appears that the public believes that it's clearly Mike Gesicki's job now in New England and Hunter Henry's irrelevant.
Irrelevant's a strong word, but I have it projected as Gesicki's the 1 and Henry's the 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Gesicki is just uber athletic, right? And I think he's been severely underutilized in his career in Miami. When he came out of college, I mean, he hit all of the metrics and he was impressive, and they just failed to utilize his talents accordingly inside Miami. I have Gesicki as tight end 17 in my rankings, and I have Hunter Henry as 23.
Okay. So $4.5 million for Gesicki. Okay. Hunter Henry was paid $25 million guaranteed when he signed.
Gesicki just went. You want to go Trey McBride?
I love McBride here.
Yeah, let's take
McBride's the man. McBride was the best tight end in his class last year. He was drafted ahead of Dulcich. I know you like Dulcich, and Dulcich certainly would have been the pick had he been available. He's going 5 rounds earlier. But I mean, Zach Ertz is recovering from an ACL tear in his 30s. And DeAndre Hopkins is linked to the Buffalo Bills. So we could have a massive target vacuum.
Yeah, 22.5% is what.
And an unknown in terms of when Zach Ertz is coming back. And we have a tight end with draft capital who checks the boxes. Cody loves him, loves the tape. And he was a big-time producer in college. And then he finally closed it out last season by having some productive weeks.
He did.
That was important, that he at least have one productive, at least give us one, and he did, productive NFL week. So to me, he has enough of the signal that I'm willing to push the button. And I feel good now. Now we can just go 2 straight up sleeper tight ends in addition to the 2 guys we have.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the tight end position now. I feel like we cleaned up pretty nicely. There's a few more names that are in the queue. I don't want to mention the running back's name in there, but
no, we cannot mention these running backs because it's time to start looking at the types of running backs that I have a sensibility for.
Yep.
And I'm putting them in the queue. There's 3 that are, all of them could be big time playmakers this year and league winners. So I'm stacking them up. This is the time. Now is the time. It's going to be the 13th round when we can start drafting these guys. But if you believe that we can wait because of your experience, you've done a lot more drafts than I have this year. If you're fine waiting and you want to go to receiver, you want to go to tight end again, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, this is where I believe in being fluid in a draft room.
Right.
Is really critical because you have to have a pretty good understanding of what everyone else in the draft room is doing. You have to be okay kind of pivoting and going a different direction. We know the 2 areas that we need to really focus on. It gives us a lot of different angles of attack here, and it's going to really come down to how this board falls in the next, couple picks and then coming back as well.
I don't want Todd. Oh, Todd just took Rashaad Johnson, stabbing me in the heart.
He's listening. You got to be careful.
Todd, that was really hard for me to digest. The Bond King, you're not going to know what we're thinking, Bond King. Don't even try. Don't even try. Let the clock run if you want. We're not going to say shit, Bond King.
The running back that you have number 2 in the queue behind the receiver, we can wait on. He goes another round and a half or so.
I say we take the top of our queue.
I like that.
I like the top of our queue very much.
It's one of my guys.
Be a stack and a hedge on what is shaping up to be an underrated offense this year.
Yep, I like it. And I know you don't like number 5 in the queue, but running back 47 off the board, it's hard to argue with right now, honestly.
Well, I'm happy. I love taking undervalued assets like that. Bon King's milking the entire clock, thinking he was going to guess what we were going to do, and he couldn't guess. And he ended up with Elijah Mitchell.
That's not who we were talking about.
Woof. Right now in best ball, Elijah Mitchell is cool. Like Elijah Mitchell is going to have weeks. You just don't know what weeks those are going to be.
I kind of want to go number 5 in our queue just because we need the position. We don't need to rely on him on a week-to-week basis. He's going to fall in the end zone on whatever team he lands on.
Doesn't he want to go to Buffalo and Philadelphia?
And it's a possibility it happens that he lands in one of these high-performance offenses. I think we take the gamble.
It's beyond a possibility. I mean, if you like touchdowns, like this is why we like David Montgomery. It's not a big difference between what David Montgomery is right now at this point in his career and Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, I think Elliott's a lot more, in the words of Theo, dusted compared to David Montgomery. But I do think that he's going to fall in the end zone enough to be outproduced running back 48.
Zeke.
Got him.
No, but yes.
I'm not crazy about it, but running back 48
had more explosiveness than David Montgomery going into it, though. Yes, Zeke is way dustier. But he also was coming from a place where he was way more explosive early in his career.
Yeah, in the chat, Todd says that it's a possibility he gets no team too. I don't think that's a possibility. There's no way that no team signs Ezekiel Elliott. Someone's going to need a goal line bruiser. Someone's going to need a plotter on 1 and 2 downs.
Wait,
he will get a role.
What is the precedent for that? What is the precedent for a running back that has a couple years left, that has tremendous brand equity, it's available for a very inexpensive contract and wants to play football? What is the precedent for that guy not playing?
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Howard, for crying out loud, had contracts towards.
Yeah, what are we talking about? I mean,
Garrett Blunt had contracts.
Many, many years past any concerns with his behavior that would reflect poorly on a team. That's years in the past. I mean, remember the parade float incident? So
I forgot about that. All right. Number 1, number 2, and 3, all good options inside the queue. We have 7 more picks left in the draft.
The only issue with that pick was I don't think the running backs we want are going to make it to round 15, though they might. Actually, they may.
I think they will.
I think we can try. We can try and see. I mean, we've got Todd from PA who knows rookie running backs are the key to victory. The team we wanted, the player we wanted was Rondale Moore. Just so everybody knows, the player we wanted was Rondale Moore. We're trying to talk about him without talking about him. Incredible best ball player. He can take any screen pass to the house, 4.3 wheels, can break tackles. At some point, some coach is going to try to give it to this guy deep, even though they claim that he has weak hands. His hands get shaky deep. It's not like Marquise Brown has great hands either. But it's a best ball receiver. That's what Rondale Moore is, especially in that offense, pre-Kyler Murray. But in the second half, that's when it's going to be nice to have Rondale Moore.
So I was building this model on finding value inside drafts, right? And I was using the data analysis tool over at Player Profiler, and I set the different criterias, and I went through, and there was 3 names. There's actually 6 names, but 3 names that really popped off the page to me that finished outside the top 15 at the wide receiver position, but hit on 4 or 5 of 5 of every metric that the top 15 receivers hit. And those 3 names were Rondale Moore, Drake London, and Diontae Johnson.
Woo!
And
I want all those guys.
Yeah. You look at it, athletic guys that are able to get yards at the catch, command target shares, air yards, right? Between Diontae Johnson and London primarily. But there's definitely those 3 guys were popped off the page on this model. And I've been targeting the shit out of them in drafts. Hey, oh my God, he went.
Stop it. No.
He did. One pick before us.
Wait, Tajay Spears is gone?
He just went. I thought we were going to get him.
Oh, no. What do we do? This is tilting. This is a tilting situation.
I just added the other guy. And I think this is where I said we have to be able to pivot, right?
Yeah.
I think we pivot to Isaiah Likely.
Or Jake Ferguson.
I'm not.
That's a stack.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about. Okay, let's go Ferguson. We can go the stack. Okay, I'm fine with it. I don't own much Ferguson, so this will be a good portfolio diversification.
They have the same exact ADP.
Yeah, let's do it. We can.
I just think we go Ferguson.
Yeah, it makes sense to the team. You're right. We got. Dak
I think
Prescott.
we go Ferguson. This is why, by the way, having a co-owner is so nice.
Yep.
You're a stud, right? And you're gonna always draft a great team.
Thank you.
But once in a while, someone might point something out and be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good point."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. And I get tunnel vision. I look at players and I see, and that's one of my faults with drafting. And I know this. I get tunnel vision sometimes, and I look at players that I like, and I'll continuously take them in late rounds, right? And that's how I ended up with like 45% Rashaad Penny one year.
Right. Yes, I get it. Now, there's plenty of guys. There's plenty of these running backs. How many running backs should we be drafting is the question.
Depends on our team. Our team right now, with Aaron Jones being our 1, Rachaad White being our 2, Gibson our 3, and Zeke our 4, we're probably going to need 6.
Okay, we need 6. So my vote is, and let us know in the comments. Is this right? Do you agree that with running back 5 and 6, they should be rookies?
I think one of them should be.
To maximize upside. We already have a Zeke. We have every other. We have a second-year guy in Rachaad White that's about to become a bell cow. We've got an underrated sort of disgruntled bell cow in Antonio Gibson. We have a former bell cow. We have a wannabe bell cow who's never really going to be a bell cow. And Aaron Jones, all these guys that are veterans. Let's get some youth, man. Let's inject some youth and some major upside with these rookies. There's at least a couple I think could really move the needle.
There's a couple I really like in here as well. And we have one of the names inside there that I like.
I will add one more that is very interesting. I'm not saying we have to draft him in the next round, but I think he's very interesting. He's a black box prospect. He hasn't had his pro day yet. We'll talk about him a little bit. There's some interesting players in here. There's also some guys that just, they're the clear number 2s too right now.
So glad that you added that name.
Yeah,
that's one I've been actually hyper targeting late.
Yeah, I think we can wait around on him, but if you love the allure of the unknown and the upside of the rookies at the running back position at this point in the draft, what about a running back that hasn't even worked out yet? That's even better.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But what about wide receiver? We were going to go Rondale Moore. We didn't go Rondale Moore. We're very strong at receiver. Spoiler alert, we have the receiver position covered, but we're going to need a couple more because we have to fill out the roster.
Yeah, we're going to need probably one more tight end. We're going to need a couple running backs. We're going to need at least another 1 or 2 receivers. So we have 5 picks left, right? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we definitely have, again, we can get, if we're fluid here, we're going to be able to find some good value.
I want the player on top of our queue here.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. I want that to happen because I'm sick of getting sniped on rookies. Sick and tired, Billy. Then we have I'm going to put
Spears one hurt the most.
It hurt so before. Much. It was very painful. There's a sneaky stack guy that I think has hidden upside for round 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a bunch of other receivers that I think have interesting profiles. And there is one player, and I'm just going to tell you, we're not drafting, even though you might want to, because I know you like him. This particular show, with me as a co-host, will not be selecting any Romeo Doubs. I'm just letting you know that. Yes, thankfully. Oh Lord, we got him.
Oh no, I
We got a
misclicked and we got Romeo. I clicked Romeo.
What? What? No. Oh my God, Kendre Miller. Kendre Miller could easily leap 5 rounds in best ball.
I thought you were gonna log off if you thought it was Romeo. I'm out of here.
That would have been that would have been us getting sniped by ourselves. That would have been bad, man. That would have been bad because there's no way Miller makes it back around. No way.
No, I don't think Miller makes it back either.
No. So yeah, there is a whole conversation about a particular wide receiver core that has not been drafted yet. Not a single player from this receiver core has been selected yet. I really want to talk about this particular receiving core. I think there's upside there, but I don't even want to give anyone a whiff of what we're talking about, even though they probably can already figure it out.
Yeah, it's a predicament, isn't it?
It's interesting. And there is a receiver. I'm going to put him in the queue. It's a rookie receiver. There's one rookie receiver I'm very interested in. I'm going to put him in the queue and just sort of leave him there.
I like him. I'm not crazy about him, but I like him.
And I'm not saying draft him. I'm just saying these are just food for thought type dudes.
Planting the seed.
Planting seeds in the queue. I like it. It's really too bad that people are sniping us based on what we're talking about. It really is a bummer.
This is why I've learned now with these, you record them and then you load them.
What about rookie tight ends?
I'd stay away from them.
Okay, so a Luke Musgrave, a Darnell Washington, no way, right?
Late round 1920, but the guys you mentioned just aren't going that late. The problem is with these guys, some of them might land in a really good situation, but we're never going to see a full snap share because they're learning blocking assignments, they're learning routes. They will never see a full amount of snaps right out the gate. They'll have to build up to it, and if we're lucky, second half of the season, they'll start to be able to kind of operate in both fashions. But usually, that's why we know tight ends are such late blossomers, is because it's one of the hardest positions in the NFL to learn. And so that's why I'm usually fading rookie tight ends, and unless I can get a really good deal.
It's hard to learn because you have to learn all the blocking assignments, and you got to learn, hey, we finally got a Carolina Panther receiver drafted, Adam Thielen, loser game show sound.
There you
go. So you have to learn all the blocking assignments for run blocking and pass blocking when you have to stay in when there's a blitz. And then you also have to learn all the routes for the receivers. So you got to spend time with the receivers. You got to spend time with the offensive linemen. And there's just not enough time in the day to learn it all.
Nope, not at all. Okay. Here was DJ Chark. So that round 16.
I wanted Chark, man.
I did too. I had him in the queue. That's round 16. We can call it the Panther round.
What about Terrace Marshall?
Now I think he's number 3 on that depth chart, honestly. And I'm not crazy about the volume. I'd rather number 3 inside of our queue.
I like Parris Campbell here.
Okay, that's exactly who it is. So
I like Parris Campbell. This is a guy last year in just one of the worst offenses in the league, had double-digit target weeks, runs a 4.3. Why he didn't get paid in free agency, I do not know. I don't know why no money was allocated to receivers this year. Something weird happened.
He just can't stay healthy. That's what it is. But when he's healthy, he's on the field.
It's a weird perception that the league has about Parris Campbell that he can't stay healthy. He was healthy last year.
That is his first time, though.
I mean, these guys can't win. When they're healthy, they're injury prone. When they're injured, they're injury prone.
When they're injury prone, they're injury prone.
I mean, it's just like he's got to put together 6 seasons at this point.
So prior to last year, he played all 17 games last season. Prior to that, he had only played in 15 games in 3 years combined.
DJ Chark would have been the pick.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a little more versatile. He offers the more air yards. Like, he's just used further downfield, and that's, if all else equal, that's what I want. But it's interesting that this Giants offense is getting better, and the only receiver that you could technically say is this guy's definitely better is Waller. He's a tight end. So it's Waller, Hodgins, and Campbell. You're betting on the target share being, probably better than Chark's target share. So more targets than Chark, a better offense than Chark, and that this guy can break tackles and he can leverage the yak ability.
Yeah, Campbell had 92 targets last year.
They're going to give him, he had 92 targets, and they're going to give him some carries. They're going to give him some jet sweeps on the 5-yard line. There's going to be some creativity to get him the ball, and he's going to score some touchdowns from that. He's interesting. Again, I don't know why, and at this point, it doesn't matter. It's round 16. I don't know why the hell they didn't pay him. Don't care. Doesn't matter. But he would be why. The contract is why there's certain players you just can't invest too heavily in or with early capital, because you're like, this guy didn't command any money from NFL teams. It's like, oh, Rashaad Penny's on the Eagles. Yeah, for like $700,000. Like, don't get too far out over your skis on guys making $700K. I know you like Rashaad Penny, though, but the contract, you were like, wait, I can't invest serious capital in that a guy with that contract, right?
It was such a friendly contract, though. And if you think about it, it's wise because he, again, hasn't been able to stay healthy. Number two, when he has been on the field, in my opinion, he's been one of the best running backs in the league. He's averaging, 6 yards per carry. He's been explosive. Now he's behind one of the best offensive lines in football. This is a perfect marriage, in my opinion, because they don't need to give him the rock 200 times a year. They have Gainwell still. They have Scott. They mix all three backs in. They don't need to rely on him as this bell cow bow.
He's making less than back. Scott.
Doesn't matter. It definitely is a bit of a concern in terms of maybe their commitment to him. But if he produces, I don't care what the money is. If he produces, he's going to produce.
Where'd he go in this draft?
He's probably like RB 20 something. Let me see.
Yeah, so he went.
There you go. Round 8. Round
after Rachaad White. Okay, I would rather have Rashaad Penny than Zach Charbonnet.
I would too.
Okay, that's where he should go. Where he went is where he should go. After, just as long as it's after Rachaad White. Who are we picking here?
I like number 1 of the queue, but I don't know if you see the same number 1 because I moved him. Is number 1 in the queue a tight end for you?
Yeah, but I still think we should go number 2 in the queue.
We can go 2 as well because there's still some other options at that position that I like.
Yeah, I think we wrap up the running back position. I think this is there's after this guy, the upside really starts to fall off.
Okay, I'm fine taking him here. Let's lock it in.
Israel
Abanikanda. My Abanikanda ain't got none.
We got it. Yeah. Abanikanda don't want none unless you got buns, hon. Yeah, we did it, dude. We got our 2 rookie running backs to close out the running back position.
So that gives us 6 backs. We got Aaron Jones, Rashaad White, Gibson, our Dusty Zeke. So we got a balance of youth and age here. And then we get Kendre Miller and Israel Abanikanda. So that gives us our 6 running backs. We have 2 quarterbacks, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. We have 3 tight ends right now. So we have some flexibility with the 4th. And we have CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, team of Chris's here, Diontae Johnson as our 5th receiver, Parris Campbell as our 6th. So we probably need to address the receiver position still, and we probably need to address probably 1 more tight end, although I don't think we have to, but it would still probably be nice with the set of 3 that we have.
I think we need a tight end.
Yeah, I think we need a tight end too. Yeah. But if the board just didn't fall that way, I'm not going to force it, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. That's fine. How many receivers should we be drafting?
So we have 6 right now, but the 5 that we have ahead of Parris Campbell are, let's put Diontae Johnson is our wide receiver 5. He's inside my top 33 in receiver positions. We have 3 of my top 33 receivers. So we could pass on receiver this next round. We could take it the round after or even around 20 and be fine. I think we could stop at 7. I probably would like to get 8 here, unless you know a quarterback that I like falls a little bit, and then we could go 3 quarterbacks without investing any capital into it. So we have some flexibility here. We could take a 3rd quarterback. We could take a 4th tight end. We could close it out with 1 at each position. I want to see how the board falls, because I don't think we need to force a 3rd quarterback, and I don't think we need to force a 4th tight end, but it's going to be nice to have both.
I want at least 1 rookie receiver too for upside.
Okay. Can we count Campbell since he's only played like 20 games?
But I love the tight end you have in the queue.
Yeah,
I think that's a no-brainer. I love what we're doing with Chig and just taking athletic tight ends on bad teams.
Yeah. So those listening, that's Zach Ertz. So make sure you take Zach Ertz. Everybody, we're listening.
Yeah, that's Zach. Yep. Yeah, that's Zach Ertz. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. There he goes. Now we're screwed.
Take Zach Ertz. Team Lamborghini literally just took Zach Ertz on cue. Team Lamborghini. And then there's plenty of rookie wide receivers that I like.
Yep.
For the next round or 2.
I'm not drafting Booty, just so you know. So don't add him.
We're not drafting Kayshon Boutte?
No, his name's Booty. He probably plays like it too.
Okay. We're not playing then Marvin Mims. Oh, shit. No, that's next round. Oh, no. No, I didn't say that. No, I said someone else. No. It was
You said Marvin Stims. Yeah, he's late. He's like around 20.
Stingleyworth.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. He's an obscure rookie. You should look him up though. He's good. That's what I meant to say. No, I meant Mingo, Jonathan Mingo. That's who I meant. Yeah, Mingo. Yeah, I didn't. That's what. Yes, I can't believe I didn't say Mingo's name right. Apologies.
Oh my God, he went. Okay,
no,
all right. Yes, he did. We auto drafted it. It was an auto pick, so it took the top of the. Oh my God, that's even worse.
Oh God, our tight end's gone. Oh no, that's really bad, actually.
Well, this is why I say we got to stay flexible. So now we can take Mims, because I wanted Jelani, but Jelani went. So now we can take your rookie receiver. We can take Marvin Mims here.
We get Marvin Mims.
Now we have a rookie receiver out of the way. Like I said, again, we got to be fluid with the draft board, right? We don't want to force a tight end here. So Woods went. We pivot. We take Mims.
Well, I know who I want now, though, in the next round.
Yeah, he's number 1 in the queue.
He is now.
Yeah. There's also another one late, too.
I see another one in the queue. I see a guy. I like both the guys. I think we have 2 tight ends in the queue now, and I'm a fan of both of them.
Yeah, I like the one at number 1.
I like the upside of number 1. I think there's a high floor option.
Yeah.
With number 2. I think they're both good. I think they're the 2 clear picks at tight end here. I don't think there's any question. I'm not going rookie tight end here. No way. No. And by the way, I see Foster Moreau in there. Did you see what happened with Foster Moreau?
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, that's twice now the Saints have caught like a major life-threatening illness for players that have come in for checkups. But
he caught it though.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like you're going through this process of getting these physicals, and a team just happens to run the right blood work or different blood work that another team might run or whatever, and they catch it. So it's a blessing in some way. It's a blessing, and it's really bad luck at the same time.
Yeah, it's awesome that they caught it and they're able to get him treatment. But hats off to the Saints now, because I forget who the other player was, but it's been 2 players as of recent that have been helped because of their process.
All right, so I'm taking Booty out of here. Okay.
Get that Booty out of here.
There's 2 rookie receivers I like for round 20, and I like him for very different reasons. Okay, one I like because I think he's going to get draft capital.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that we clicked the same guy, because when I click one, it adds your Q in there too. Okay, it's number 3. Number 2 now. Did you add him or did I add him?
Draft Sharks just took one of our tight ends we were looking for. Oh no.
That's okay.
Oh no, if we don't get our 4th tight end, that's gonna be the devastating moment of the draft.
Like I said, we don't want to force it. I mean, we have
What do you mean force it? We need a fourth tight end.
There goes our other tight end option too. Is Albert?
Oh,
Okay.
shut your mouth. Oh man, that was a bad pick. The Mims pick was a bad pick, dude. Mims strategically, game theory wise, we should have known that we could have waited. We have a bunch of rookie wide receivers we like. They're going to probably make it throughout the whole draft, maybe not even get drafted. And we should have just gone hammer down on and covered our ass at tight end.
Yeah,
oh man,
I'm looking deep now. There's one other one. There's two actually that I think are actually worth adding, but we don't have to take them right away. I threw one's name in there right now just so you can, if you add anyone to the queue, you'll be able to see him.
I do think though that at this point, I really, oh my God, you're right about that.
It's going to be just a pure target share piece is what it is for what's left inside the pool.
I know the thing is never say never.
Never say never.
About rookie tight ends.
Yeah.
There is one very high quality rookie tight end left.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance he really does perform very well. And like we talked about, end of the draft, end of these best ball drafts, the way to get leverage is to draft rookies. So maybe we just go with the guy at number 4. Maybe we just say, hey, this is not a hard and fast rule. This he's falling, right? He's a value at this point based on ADP. He could go early second round. A bunch of tight ends last year caught a bunch of touchdowns, if you remember, as rookies.
Yeah, nothing meaningful, really. I mean, I guess they
Dulcich performed well.
Chigo did well. Okay, I'll eat crow.
I think we go with this guy. I think
I sniped you.
Shut the fuck up.
No way! What?
I'm actually so happy he did that.
Oh my God!
I didn't want him. I didn't want him.
What about Dan Bellinger? What if they end up playing Darren Waller at wide receiver?
No, honestly, I think we take a third quarterback here. We have a stack with it. I don't love it, but we get a third quarterback. We're not forcing it. We have no draft capital to us, round 19, and it stacks with Chris Godwin. It's not sexy, but it gives us.
We're going to stay at 3 tight ends. You think the tight ends we have are good enough? Well, let's recap.
I think on the way back we pick either a tight end or a receiver, and we don't need to force it. We don't need another receiver. We have a stacked receiving core.
Okay, go ahead. Take the quarterback.
Let's go with the stack.
We just drafted Baker fucking Mayfield.
We did.
We're a team of 2 dudes that just drafted Baker fucking Mayfield. And then he was drafted between Musgrave and Laporta, 2 rookie tight ends.
That's right.
God fucking damn it. I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, I can't either. We just drafted Baker in round 19. But it kind of made sense for the team. We didn't need a third quarterback. It's nice to have. We have a stack with it.
Oh.
I'm making up excuses now, but we have it. I just didn't want to take a rookie tight end there. After Musgrave went, I didn't really want Musgrave, honestly. I would have rather have taken a gamble on like Curtis Samuel or Josh Kelly even.
What about the possibility that Darren Waller is used out wide and that Dan Bellinger actually does get a significant or at least a reasonable target share? It's a second-year athletic tight end.
I liked Bellinger last year, but even when he was the only one on the field, he just didn't command the targets, right? And they went out and they re-signed all the scrub receivers on top of it. I just don't think there's a place for him to succeed outside Waller getting hurt.
I can't believe we did this to ourselves. That was such a luxury pick.
It was a luxury pick.
That we went with Mims, our favorite rookie, when we also like Rashee Rice. We also like Trey Palmer. Could have gone with any of those guys and just let Alberto fall into enemy hands.
Yeah, that's probably our one fuck up of the draft.
That was a 2 guys. Listen, 2 sharp minds who are on it. We're paying attention. We were on camera doing this, and we're screwing up. We make mistakes.
Do make mistakes. I think we take the either 3 or 4.
I kind of like 4.
Okay.
Our fourth tight end. Let's just talk about it. But if these guys want to snipe these guys, they can go ahead. Jonnu Smith is interesting to me.
Jonnu Smith is interesting. I'm pulling up the
because he is going to be the inline tight end. He's going to be getting touchdowns. They don't have a number 2 receiver of consequence. They posted up Pitts on the outside for a significant snap share, lining up as a receiver.
I have him projected for 40 targets. 1 touchdown.
There's upside in the event of a Pitts injury, but also that he's going to see the field a lot more than I think that you might say, oh, well, he's going to a place with Pitts. Like he's buried. He's not actually buried because Pitts operates more as a receiver. And Smith has proven that he can actually produce in a way that Dan Bellinger has not. And I'm sorry, but OJ Howard is so dusty.
He is dusty.
He's so dusty.
But he's looking at the depth chart for the Raiders, right? Pull up the depth chart over at the site.
I don't see anyone else besides OJ Howard.
Exactly. Austin Moreau's gone. I'm pulling up the projection right now. So I forgot they got Austin Hooper too. I forgot about that.
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, I forgot about Austin Hooper. Let's lock in.
21 seconds left.
Okay, I'm gonna take it down to the wire. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go Jonnu Smith. Okay.
I like the Jonnu Smith pick.
I forgot about Austin Hooper.
I like the Jonnu Smith is interesting. He can play H-back. He can be out there in a lot of different formations, and I think 1 touchdown is low. I think that he can be in a lot. Yeah. He's in situations where he could be at fullback, and then it's a play action pass to him in the flat for a touchdown.
And Arthur Smith is dumb enough to do it.
Oh yeah, there's so many different ways that he can score, say 4 or 5 touchdowns, even with Kyle Pitts fully healthy. Then you also have that ripcord where something happens to Pitts.
Yep.
Just not a lot of target competition there. It's Pitts, it's London, and then who is Smith technically now the 3rd best receiver they have after Cordarrelle Patterson, maybe. So Cordarrelle Patterson as a running back receiver, okay. So he's the 4th best receiver they have.
Yeah. So NFC South, Atlanta Falcons, projections wise, we have Drake London, Mac Hollins is there now, who's going to be the number 2 in the offense. They, of course,
I'm not so sure that Mac Hollins is a better receiver than Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, it just always finds a way to get the ball. I mean, look at last year when they had Devontae Adams in the field and they're throwing the ball like 7 times to Mac Hollins. It was a little mind-boggling, but they did it. Look at there goes OJ Howard. We were talking about him. He took him. He took both tight ends talking about Alberto and OJ Howard. Who is that?
Damn him.
The Ballers.
Damn him. Right. Listen, there's a $6 million cap hit on Jonnu Smith. He's making a lot more money than an OJ Howard and a lot of these other tight ends we were looking at. His original contract,
yeah, it was massive. It was too big.
Was $30+ million guaranteed.
Yeah, that's because New England just did stupid things and signed everyone. You get money, and you get money, and you get money. It's like they overspent in all the wrong areas that year.
Right, but now he's been traded, and the Falcons are like, yeah, we'll pay a significant percentage of the salary that he has left. Next year, it's $9 million dead cap. Now he's going to be a cut candidate because they're only going to owe him $2.5 million.
All right, let's run through this team. Let's talk about it real quick. So, round 1, we get CeeDee Lamb. Round 2, we get Amon-Ra St. Brown. Round 3, we get Chris Olave. Round 4, Chris Godwin. Round 5, we get Aaron Jones. Round 6, Dak Prescott to stack with CeeDee Lamb. Round 7, wide receiver 37 off the board. We got Diontae Johnson. He went after George Pickens, which is absurd to me.
Let's show the board.
Okay, let's show the board. I'll hide our faces. Diontae Johnson, wide receiver 37, like I said. Rashaad White, we get at RB 28. And inside my rankings over at Player Profiler in the FFPC specific rankings, right now, I have Rashaad White at 26. So we get a slight value versus our rankings. Chigo goes tight end 13. That's about where I have him ranked in our rankings. Russell Wilson, QB 16, a value compared to our rankings. Antonio Gibson goes off the board as running back 41. I have him at 39 in the ranking, so another slight value there.
And we would have gone Alexander Madison had he been there.
Correct. Yeah, we had Madison in the queue, but Mr. Bond King wants to listen and snipe us. Get out of here, Bond King. Trey McBride we get as our second tight end at tight end 19. We get the corpse of Ezekiel Elliott at running back 48 as our running back number 4. And then we take Jake Ferguson, tight end in Dallas, to stack with Dak Prescott and Lamb. We get Kendre Miller as running back 56 for some rookie upside. Parris Campbell, we get as wide receiver 73 off the board. I love that value. We get Israel Banaconda as running back 62. Another one of upside picks for Matt here. Marvin Mims as wide receiver 84. Baker Mayfield as our third quarterback in round 19 as quarterback 30. And then we get Jonnu Smith as our fourth tight end at tight end 38. How do you feel about the team?
I think it's great. I think we fucked up not getting Alberto in the 18th round. I would have gone with another rookie receiver. I would have gone with Rashee Rice in the 19th round. You went Baker Mayfield. I loved how we problem solved at the very end and at least got a tight end with some upside and has some weekly floor appeal because he's going to be on the field a lot this year in Jonnu Smith. Mm-hmm. And we did the things we set out to do, which was we were going to leverage the depth of the team, being able to draft 20 players to go ahead and play late round tight end roulette. Mm-hmm. We're going to get late round rookie running backs to maximize upside. We're going to invest heavily at the wide receiver position early. It's full PPR. And just the structure of where we drafted the quarterbacks, I absolutely love. Yeah, I love going quarterback in like round 7, round 10, and then or round 6, round 10 in our case, and being able to just stick to 2 if we wanted to. We had the flexibility. Baker Mayfield falls into the 19th round, grab him, right? Fine. But we didn't have to, right? We didn't have to. Russell Wilson was the line of demarcation for me. If we didn't get Russell Wilson, we would have had to go with a third quarterback. Now, in hindsight, we could have waited.
Yeah.
Or we could have waited. Now that we know we could have, had we known we could have got Baker Mayfield in the 19th round, maybe we wait and grab Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, or Derek Carr or Stafford or something like that. Yeah.
Well, Kenny Pickett's the stack with Diontae Johnson.
Yeah, or Derek Carr with Olave. Or anybody else but Pickett. Yeah.
Derek Carr, right? Derek Carr with Derek Carr and Pickett about the same time.
Or
so had we done that, we could have got one of those rookie wide receivers, a Quentin Johnston or a Jordan Addison. That would have been very sexy. Whatever, though. Whatever, right? We unfortunately, we let Theo down. We did not draft Tyler Algier.
Yeah, you'll thank me later.
But hey, Billy, thanks for inviting me to jump in with the Dominator with you and draft this team. It was really, really cool. And shout out to the FFPC. Love this platform. Love playing here. Best ball format. I mean, the fact that they have these things filling all the time, and we were able to impromptu draft the last minute and it filled. It was really cool. So excited for our partnership with the FFPC. As the year progresses, we'll have more and more of these drafts, and make sure that you use code Underworld to get $25 off your first team at the FFPC. It might be a dynasty team, could be a best ball team, could be one of their main event teams. $25 off. You're welcome.
Yeah, such a great deal, especially when you look at like the Superflex tournaments that are over there right now. You can join a $35 Superflex tournament. Use the $25 off your first team with code Underworld, and you can get into a Superflex draft for $10. That's, to me, a no-brainer, in my opinion.
And to all of you in the comments, 275 comments. We appreciate you. And if you believe that we screwed up any of these picks, let us know in the comments. Hey, you like that video? Be sure to subscribe and activate those alerts so you get notified as soon as new videos drop. And be sure to check out playerprofiler.com. We have all the tools for you to dominate every type of fantasy league. We have a draft kit, Dynasty Deluxe, data analysis, DFS Dominator, and don't forget the player rankings to rule them all.